Now let's look at today's headlines. First, the Montana Department of Corrections confirms today that Montana State Prison Warden Jim Salmonson was placed on leave, declining to give a reason. Associate Warden Scott McNeil is now the acting warden at the prison. The Department of Corrections say no other information will be released. And in Sanders County, a Knoxon staple since the 1950s is now for sale after burning to the ground twice. Knoxon's Bar and Grill was first destroyed by a fire in late 2020. The owners were almost finished with renovations when it happened again last week. Both fires remain under investigation. The owners shared their decision on Facebook to put the building up for sale, saying if it doesn't sell, they might consider trying to rebuild again. And donors through the State Innovative Educational Tax Credit maxed out the $6 million cap in record time last week. Billings Public Schools announced their donations doubled from last year to over $271,000. The money can only be used for certain types of educational programs. Tonight, the district is hosting their usual community meeting at Ben Steele Middle School at 6 p.m. And 2 people are behind bars after an armed robbery at a Billings Circle K gas station. 20-year-old Tyson Grable and a 17-year-old male from Billings are both facing charges of robbery and criminal endangerment. The 2 are accused of trying to steal boxes of BuzzBallz alcohol, threatening to shoot store staff, and firing a gun several times while fleeing the scene. No one was injured in this shooting. Montana has a way of coming together when one of our own faces difficult circumstances. That was the case this weekend as a fight night in Billings truly helped show the heart of a champion. In November of 2023, Brasser McCabe was shot in a carjacking, and that shooting left him paralyzed and in a wheelchair. For the first time, our Alec Boffinger hears from McCabe and has this report.
On November 11th, 2023, Brasser McCabe's life was flipped upside down.
Pretty much remember everything about that night.
At about 9:30 p.m., Brasser went out to confront a pair of individuals attempting to break into vehicles outside his home in Lockwood. One suspect fled on foot and another by vehicle, which Brasser was able to track down. Though he had his gun on him, Brasser didn't have it out when he approached the vehicle after noticing the occupant looked like a teenager.
And when I was talking to him, he just pointed the gun at me out the window and started shooting. So first shot hit my spine, took out my legs, and I started falling to the ground. As I was falling, he kept shooting, got me 2 more times up in the chest and the arm as I fell to the ground, and he took off and fled the scene.
The 18-year-old shooter has been charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. Brasser is now bound to a wheelchair and has had to make some serious tweaks to his house and his daily routine, but he's an extremely positive individual and he hasn't lost sight of that during this trying time.
There's a lot more to getting